Hey everybody, Sarah here. So today I'm going to be doing the long-awaited video of all of the sun-kissed combinations in corn snakes. Before I jump in though, I want to thank all the members on this channel for helping to make this whole thing possible. Thank you guys so much for being here and doing this with me. If anybody else would like to become a member, you can click join under any video to do so. You get different perks based on the different levels. So if you're interested in any of those perks, please check out that join video below. I also make a separate video every single week for members, so that's something that everyone who is a member will get as well. They're just little snippets of things that I do throughout the week, whether it's eggs that are laid or a breeding that may happen or just some weird little update. You guys do, as members, get your own video every week. Also, thank you to Reptilinks for helping to support this channel. If you want to use my code Sarah'sSnake27 at checkout at reptilinks.com, you get a discount for some of this awesome food for your reptiles, and we also get a little bit back for that. I also have a website, sarahsnakeshop.com, where I sell corn snakes and corn snake accessories. I am moving a lot of my snake sales away from this website currently. I'm going to be doing some big website overhauls here pretty soon, so if the website isn't working, please just check out my morph market. All of this stuff is linked down below. Now on to all of the sun-kissed combinations. I've done caramel combinations, anery combinations, AML combinations. I've done a lot of these different combination videos so far. I will link the playlist up above if you want to go check it out. But a lot of you will comment on these, like, what about this mutation? And it's always one that's mixed with sun-kissed. And so we're finally doing this sun-kissed only. I have not been doing the, like, caramel sun-kissed combos or AML sun-kissed combos because I have been waiting for sun-kissed to have its own video, and today it's finally here. We're going to start out with some basics of sun-kissed. It's a hypo type, and it does slightly alter the pattern. One of the best ways to identify this is the side of the face. They usually have sort of a brighter white cheek, and the patterns are just going to be a little different on the side of the face than any other type of corn snake. This pretty much is across the board for any sun-kissed combination. So almost no matter what, as long as you can see pattern, you can see a sun-kissed. They also seem to have kind of larger and more like squared off saddles. They do have a lower number of saddles on average than a normal corn snake because the saddles are larger. I have done a deep dive on sun-kissed before, so if you want to go see that, I'll put that up above in the corner for you guys to go check out. This is just more of a, here's what all the sun-kissed combinations look like. If you want all of the details on sun-kissed, that deep dive is a place to go. Now, I will not be able to go through every single combination in this list because there's far too many, but I am going to go over the ones that are named and the ones that I think are a little more interesting. These are mostly going in order that they are found on Ian's Vivarium, and Ian's Vivarium is where the majority of these photos came from, so go please check them out. They are an amazing resource. We're going to start out with Hazel, which is the sun-kissed toffee combination. Now, these kind of look like just a slightly more yellowy tone of sun-kissed. The next one on the list is Honey, which is the caramel sun-kissed combination. Once again, we have the caramel coloration mixed in with the sun-kissed pattern. Orchid is probably one of the most popular ones, and that is the lavender and sun-kissed combination. This lavender sun-kissed combo really brings out the nice peachy tones and the pink tones that can come out in a lavender corn snake. Sun-kissed really accentuates those, and so this is a really, really popular morph. Solar is sun-kissed and sunrise. Sunrise is a mutation that is a little different. It kind of just delays production of pigment in the skin, and then it kind of almost removes pigment later on in life. And in most of these instances, when we're talking about sunrise, they are also going to include amelanistic. Shatter is also a very popular morph, and that is when you mix sun-kissed with cinder. Now, cinder is almost the exact opposite of sun-kissed. Instead of having more bright colors, it has more dim colors. Instead of having larger saddles, it has smaller saddles. Instead of having fewer saddles, it has more saddles. And so when you mix these two things together that are essentially polar opposites, it really just breaks the pattern altogether, and that is how we get the shattered pattern on a shatter. Now, this one does not have its own name, but I do think that it is notable, and that is sun-kissed motley. Sun-kissed and motley don't really play well together. Sun-kissed in general doesn't play well with a whole lot of other morphs, especially morphs that want to change the pattern. It really just sort of cleans up the sun-kissed pattern and looks like a very nice, clean pattern sun-kissed. Now, this is not always the case. I have seen some sun-kissed motleys that do look like a sun-kissed motley, like you would imagine it to be. But most of the time, it does not. It also usually still has some belly checkers. Usually, motley will not have belly checkers, but when mixed with sun-kissed, it does retain those belly checkers sometimes. And oddly enough, this can also happen in sun-kissed stripe. Sun-kissed stripes can also retain some weird color on the belly. And since we're talking about sun-kissed stripe is another weird one. It looks a lot like sunspot. I also want to mention sun-kissed tessera. Also a little bit of a weird one because that tessera pattern just really kind of goes all over the place. Like I said, any time that sun-kissed is mixed with another pattern mutation, it kind of just goes all over the place. The next one on the list is Blaze, and that is Toffee, Sunkissed, and Amelanistic. After that we have Eclipse, which is essentially a Moonstone plus Sunkissed, so Lavender Anery Sunkissed. Lemon is what we call a Caramel Sunkissed Hypo combination. And then Saffron is the Caramel Sunkissed Amelanistic combination. The Amel Diffused Lava Sunkissed combination is called Etna. This is a super uncommon combination. You don't hear of this very often, but someone named it, and so it has a name, and so here it is. A much more common combination with this many mutations is the Sundust, and this is going to be your Gold Dust plus Sunkissed. One thing to keep in mind with Sunkissed is it can also vary in the amount of melanin that it has. I know I introduced it as a hypotype, which it technically is, but some of them can still be very, very dark and almost just kind of look like a normal that has a little bit of a pattern change, especially when you get into some really dark ochre types. That's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let me know which morph you would like to see next. So I'm going to be doing a video, but I need your help. I need submissions of photos of snakes that you have kept from your clutches or snakes that you're considering keeping from your clutches to put in a future video where I would point out specific things about that snake that would make me keep it or not personally. I know that it's really difficult sometimes to understand like why did this breeder keep this specific snake, or if I have a clutch of snakes, which one of these would be best for me to keep. I would like to maybe start a series on this, and I would of course give you guys any photo credit for photos that you took, and I would just give comments on I would keep this snake because it has this, this, and this, or I would keep this one over this one because this one has this and this one doesn't. So if you're interested in making those submissions, please email me at sarahssnakeshop@gmail.com. That is in the description below, and make the title of the email Subtle Traits. I'm gonna also put that down below, Subtle Traits, as the title of the email so that I know that it's specifically for the Subtle Traits videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a new video soon.